Hello and welcome, guys. Welcome to Vancouver. So I'm in Vancouver because my dad and I have been wanting to do a road trip for the past probably, honestly, 5 years. And it just never works, with my schedule, his schedule. And I'm turning 36 next week. We had a gap between trips and we decided to come to Vancouver. We rented a car and we're just going to drive around aimlessly without any plans, really, which sounds really fun. As long as I have a bed at the end of the night, I'm fine with that. But we got this hotel in Vancouver. We got in yesterday. We just chilled for a little bit, ate some food. I did take my dad to a couple of bars. We went to the Botanist, and it was an amazing time at the Botanist. Roland was awesome. And we make a Negroni, and then they make a jelly out of it. The cocktails are great. The vibe was awesome too. And then we went to the Kiefer bar, which the cocktails there were incredible. Complete different vibe. But again, I love that divey vibe with a top 50 quality cocktail, So that was really fun. Came home, took it easy. Our first night is at the Pinnacle Harbor Hotel. We have an incredible view. Honestly, the room, it's basic. The hotel is cool, but the view is just absolutely incredible. There's like a sea airport in front of us. And now we're going to start the drive. We are going to do the drive today to Whistler. So we're going to drive the Sea to Sky Highway. This is my third time doing that drive. So I told my dad this is awesome. The weather is not supposed to be great. So I think we're going to leave a little bit earlier. We're going to grab some breakfast, go. We're going to spend the night in Whistler and then figure out what we're going to do later. So I want to take you guys with me and see where we end up. So we've officially started our drive. We're driving through Stanley Park, just doing the whole loop, showing my dad. This is my dad right here.
Hello, people.
And then today the plan is that we're going to drive all the way to Whistler and just stop in Squamish and all these other places. So there's a couple of places that I would love to stop by and also show my dad. So there's also, like, apparently in Squamish, I know there's a place that you can see eagles. The weather is not the greatest. We're getting the full Pacific Northwest kind of weather.
More fun.
But it's still a lot of fun. So Stanley Park is also beautiful.
Amazing.
Should have brought an umbrella. Also, remember that video on Mythbusters where if you walk on the rain, you get less wet than running on the rain? My dad's running. I'm walking. It is freezing for, me. But our first stop was Porto Cove, which is this area that has a bunch of like man-made reefs and natural reefs that a lot of people dive. There's actually a couple people diving right now, which, they have wetsuits, but still freezing. So yeah, we're just kind of strolling around. We don't know what we're doing, and we're just really strolling around.
So Porto Cove means Water's Gate in French. And as you can see, the name fits, right? And this area used to be a ferry terminal, but now it's like a hot spot for divers. There is a series of sunken ships and other things that make up this network of reefs in the area. There's also a campsite here, as well as like 2 log cabins that you can rent. They were actually built for the 2010 Winter Olympics, and they book up super fast, so I've never got to stay in them. But for me, this is just an awesome first stop when you're doing the Sea to Sky Highway.
It's funny because you can totally tell who's the local and who's not. People are freezing with full-on winter gear, and there's people in shorts and sandals. First stop done. Back in the car. We need to get some gloves and we need to get an umbrella. That's the goal for the next couple of hours, I guess, to find a place to get both of those things. One thing about my dad, he's the most people person ever, and he will stop and talk to literally anybody and make friends with everybody. He's over there taking pictures for these ladies. Stop number 2, we saw a really cool lake and we pulled up to see what the lake is, and there's this whole picnic area. I'm not sure what this is and why it's here, but maybe I'll do some time-lapse videos, and after I Google what this is, I'll tell you guys what it is. Yeah, it's super pretty.
I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation here, but this is Morin Park. And after some Googling, I saw that this lake is called Browning Lake, which you can swim and fish for rainbow trout when the weather allows, but the park is really known for rock climbing. There's over 250 rock climbing routes here. There's some hiking here too, and then honestly, it's just pretty to look at.
I came into the car and my dad stopped. I'm pretty sure he's talking to somebody. I told you guys, right, that my dad talks to literally everybody. He cannot see a person and not start a conversation and learn about their whole lives and everything. So literally that's what happened. We're coming down to the car from the little trail that we did. And there was this lady like throwing rocks to her dogs, and the dogs were swimming actually. And then he started talking to her, and then she's from Vancouver, she's going to Whistler. She has a cabin in Whistler. And then she said, you guys have a great chance of seeing bears this weekend because the first snow might fall tomorrow. So the bears are all kind of really hungry and eating. I'll tell you guys one thing. My dream has always been to see a bear. I've never seen a bear in my life. I've been here, right? This is my third time in this area. I've gotten lost up in the mountains here with some of my friends. Actually, we're going to go to the lake where we got lost from tomorrow or the day after, I believe. And got lost there, which is like grizzly country. Didn't see anything. I've been to Yellowstone. Didn't see any bears. Been to the Sequoias maybe 15 times in my life. Didn't see a bear. All of my friends that have been to the Sequoias without me have seen bears, including my dad, seen countless bears. My friends see bears 5 minutes away from our house in Pasadena. I've never seen a bear in the wild, and it is literally my dream to see a bear. I will settle for a black bear, but a grizzly is one of my favorite animals of all time and something that I would love to see. So stay tuned. Maybe we will see a bear. It's looking like we might, but knowing me, we won't. Anyway, from now, I think unless we see something that's really pretty, we won't stop until we go see the eagles. Now it's started to come down a little bit harder now too. So hopefully it will slow down. It's kind of been like that, like rainy, stops, really pretty, comes down. So hopefully the sun comes out soon. But yeah, there is a forecast to maybe snow in Whistler tomorrow, which will also be really cool.
And then after just a short drive, we got to the city of Squamish, and we made sure to stop at the Eagle Run Vista Point. So every winter, this place becomes home to one of the largest gatherings of bald eagles in the world, literally. They come up to feed on the salmon that spawn along the Squamish River, and sometimes you'd see hundreds of bald eagles in the trees and just flying above you. Best time to come is between November and February, which I haven't been here in this time of the year, but we did spot one bald eagle, but it was so far away, even for a picture. Then it started really raining. My dad saw some giant pumpkins, but I needed gloves.
Feels like the rain is following us. Everywhere we go, we get there, it's not raining, then it starts raining. So we're going to the grocery store to find some gloves and umbrella. They don't sell gloves at grocery stores, so we're going to go to another store. Take two. All right, got the gloves. Now we're looking for some food. My dad's favorite food is Indian food. There is a Indian food and sports bar. We're going to go check it out. If it's good, I'll show you. If not, the next shot is going to be in the car. Pretty delicious. My dad is not used to me speaking to the camera yet. He thinks I'm talking to him. Food's good.
It was very good.
Now we're going to Whistler, which is probably like another hour away from here. Will be cool to get there with a little bit of sunlight so we can, I don't know, do something and also chill in the room today because I feel like tomorrow might be a crazy driving day. My dad bought gloves. So welcome to the Sundial Hotel, guys. This is our room for tonight. It's a very nice room. It's actually like it's an apartment, really, you know. We have a little kitchen area right here, fully stocked. Even got a dishwasher, a microwave. Got a little living room set up right here with a little fireplace. We even have a dining room over here. And then probably the best part is this view. Literally, I mean, if you're ever skiing here, you can literally see the lifts as you get ready to ski. And there's also 2 bedrooms. The key here, guys, that I've found since last year when I came here is to come to ski towns when it's off season. So there's no snow yet, which means that it's super cheap. We got this room for like $150 for the night. And it's Canadian Thanksgiving too. So it was like extra cheap. This is my room, little queen bed over here. We do have a TV. And then over here, gave this room to my dad, king bed, with its own bathroom situation here too. And yeah.
And after we got settled in, we went up to the hot tub, which is just vibes. When it's freezing cold, inside a hot tub is my favorite, even though it was actually like really, really freezing cold. So we had to throw some hot water in our faces.
Oh my God. It's fucking freezing.
And then after the hot tub, we went to Bar Oso, this Spanish tapa style place in Whistler. That was the best. The bartenders are great. The martinis were great after days of driving. Then we went to an Irish pub, got some Guinness, and call it a night pretty early so we can start the next day pretty early too.
Good morning, guys. It is about to be like 9 o'clock right now. We kind of took it easy today. I mean, this is kind of like usual for me, a little bit early. This is absolutely like more than sleeping in with my dad because he wakes up at like 5 in the morning. Yesterday it was cool. So we chilled in the room for a little bit. I did some work and then we went out. We walked out. It was not pouring rain, but just cold and rain. It's like a bartender in Vancouver told us the other day, I'm fine being a wet dog if I'm just, super drenched, and I'm fine being cold. A cold, wet dog is not fun. And that's kind of what the vibe was yesterday. We got to smoke a little cigar because there isn't any place that you can smoke in Whistler. Today, the plan is to drive to a place called Darcy, which is not that far from here. We're probably going to have breakfast over there and then just drive around. My dad wants to get up in the mountains. So we're going to go to this place that I went and got a little bit lost in the mountains in the off-roading roads up there. So it's not raining, but it is like super gray and cold. We probably are going to come back to Whistler tonight. I'm still asleep. I'm gonna make some tea and then I'll take you guys with us on the adventure for today. Good morning. I'm surprised there's no like electric kettle in this room, but my tea's gonna taste like coffee. Yeah, it's definitely gonna smell like coffee. So the hotel behind us here has a pool and a hot tub that's heated. So I'm pretty sure that's the hotel we're gonna stay in because we saw it last night and it looked so good. So we might stay there tonight. We'll see if there's availability. Man, I still look like I just woke up because I kind of did. Found a grocery store. We're gonna go buy some stuff for a little picnic. Come with us. Good. One of the tough things about traveling is I usually don't want to bring my whole mate setup, and I do like to drink mate every day. And this one kind of helps me get that fix of caffeine without coffee. So stop number one, Green Lake. So we were driving by. My dad was like, oh, that color, the lake is so green. And it was at Vista Point. We stopped and then it says, welcome to Green Lake, which makes sense. We came down the little, steps that are down here by the shore of the lake, smoking a little purito, a little cigarrillo, talking about life. And man, it's not ugly. I'll tell you that. It's not ugly.
Do the bears here are black or brown?
They have both, but very, very rare to see a grizzly bear. Easier where we're going. I think we're good. We smoked a little cigarrillo, looked at the scenery. It's absolutely incredible. And I think this is just the first stop. If you're gonna go to the Anderson Lake, where I went like 7-8 years ago now, maybe more. When was that? 2014? Jesus Christ, I mean like 9 years? No, 11 years. Fuck. This is just a little pregame. I think because a lot of the place we're gonna go, I think is gonna be pretty remote. Gonna get gas before we go and make sure we have a full tank. So we switched drivers. My dad is driving this time. We stopped to get some gas, get a little bit of some snacks, and now we're heading to Darcy. And of course, just right now it starts to rain a little bit. So we saw a little sign that said farm stand ahead, and we pulled up to the farm stand and look at this little really cool farm stand. They have little mixed bags of fruits and snacks and zucchinis and garlic honey, and it's just an honor system. So basically you get what you need. There's a little box there and you just put the cash because there's like the price on every bag. We don't have cash, so could have gotten cash. Yeah, anyway, that's pretty cool. This area is so pretty that it's kind of overwhelming because everywhere you look it's really pretty and you're like you're always excited how pretty it is. We've seen so many of these little stands that are all honor system. They're selling jams, bread, fruit. There's also a little library house here that you get a book, give a book. Super cool.
Take one.
So we parked the car. What?
Do you have the key?
Huh? Yeah.
You locked it?
I think my dad is scared of bears. Parked the car a little bit, and there's a little trail that goes into this lake, so we just started going and exploring a little bit. If anybody that played Red Dead Redemption, doesn't this cabin here look like that cabin that you go in the middle of the woods and a bear attacks you? It looks just like that. Man, look at this. I feel like I'm saying this on this whole vlog. Look at this. I'm not sure if it's just a picnic here that everybody can come to. It looks that way. It doesn't say anything otherwise. There's tables everywhere. There's a little fire thing behind us here. Look at this little situation here. A little deck. There's even a little fireplace thing there that I'm guessing you can bring your own firewood. It looks like this is open to the public. You can just come here and hang out. It's so cool. There's literally a stop sign if you're walking. Make sure you're listening to the train. And then there's the water right there. Are those berries?
Exactly like that. Yeah, dry.
Looks like something a bear will eat. Look at this. Guys, I keep saying that, but look at this. My dad's still learning how to, I'm still learning how to act with the camera. It's pretty.
It's amazing. There is a calmness. There is just a deep sense of peace. Like the tender, soft noise of the water and the rock. It feels that everything goes in slow pace, even my heart. But you see, there are birds flying quietly.
My dad used to be a pastor, so he can talk. So we hung out here for like half an hour talking about life, sometimes enjoying the silence, told jokes and stories. And do a cold plunge really quick?
No.
You know, I want to touch this water. Honestly, no. Se tivesse toalha até ia, mas não tá frio como eu pensei não. So remember I talked about how I have a dream to see a bear in the wild one day, right? So we crossed the train tracks as we were going back to the car, and I thought it would be cool to just take a cheesy picture with my dad, which we did. Then I looked just about 4 feet in front of me, and that was the closest I have ever been to a bear. Oh my God. Oh yeah, that's bear. That's fresh, Dad. That's wet.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's fresh. Pai, olha isso aqui, pai. Olha aqui. It's all game trail. Everything here is crushed like that. You see that? How much that's crushed? And yes. That was a big shit. Yeah, let's go back to the car. That bear probably pooped as we were chilling. Thank you so much. Cheers. So guys, we're driving, saw a little sign that says bakery, came here, and this place is incredible. I feel like I'm gonna name this vlog "Look at This," because look at this.
Cappuccino. From those cows over there, I think.
With this view, just insane. And it looks like just like somebody's house that they turn into this really cool bakery. And they have all these little spots for you to chill and hang out. The weather's perfect. I really love this part of the world. And if you're ever in this part of the world, you gotta stop at the Birkenhouse for a little coffee break. Here. So, since it's raining, we can just... My dad wants to move the car. One thing about my dad is that he's always about curating experiences. I get it, but I'm hungry. One thing that's really cool to see while we're here, it's like cold, raining. Everybody in a place like LA will be at home because you melt in the water in LA. But here, people are out boating. Kids, families are out in the boats. They're walking around in the rain. It's like if you're prepared, life doesn't stop. That's probably one of my favorite meals of all time. Oh, I love this place. Sometimes your dad's right. You were supposed to create the ambiance. Don't let him know that I said that. So a little background about this place. I feel like I've been like learning to the fact about it, but I haven't told the whole story. So in 2015, I was going through a bunch of stuff with family and all that, and I decided to do a thing called 12 months, 12 places. So for 12 months, for a year, I would go to a different place every month. And it didn't have to be somewhere super far, somewhere that I just hadn't been to. So 1 month I went to Portland. 1 month I went to Palm Springs. 1 month I went to Joshua Tree, right? And I would just look around. I mean, I got into bartending because I wanted to be able to travel. travel. So as long as you get your shifts covered, you can get your days off, right? So I decided one day to come to Vancouver because it was super cheap. Came with two of my best friends at the time, and we rented a Jeep one day, one of the last days in Vancouver, and we were supposed to do just a loop around the 99 in Vancouver. We just kept driving on and on. It took me a few weeks to figure out where we got lost, but I did make a left when I should have made a right, and I believe it was in the town of Pemberton, and ended up in this lake because the road literally ends here in this lake. We just didn't have cell phone service, didn't have anything like that, so we just stayed in this lake for a few hours. We took pictures, but we also wandered off. We were here for a few hours, and it was like a super meaningful moment for us. And we talked about how, you know, in 5 years we should be back and we need to bring people here. You know, long story short, we don't really talk that much anymore, and we kind of drifted off during the pandemic, and we all went our separate ways, but this place still was super special, and I told my dad about this place too. After that time that we were hanging out, we got in the car, so still I didn't know where I was going, right? We're driving around town, and I asked somebody like, hey, I heard that there's like a way to do a loop around here and end up in Vancouver. And the guy looked at my car, we had a Jeep, and he was like, I think you can make it. You can take the Highline Road. So we went, and it was super gnarly. The sun had set, it became pitch black dark. We didn't know anything, didn't have service, and it was like just this insane drop, and we could kind of see lights in the distance, and we got lost for about 3-4 hours up in the mountains. A couple of times we honestly thought that we were supposed to just park the car and wait until somebody shows up to help, because we didn't know if the car could go through that. Then we finally got into civilization, found out that we still had to drive like 4 hours to get to Vancouver. We didn't get home until like 4 a.m. to the Airbnb in Vancouver, but it was like this super gnarly but awesome time and story, and this is the first time that I'm back here since then. Well guys, time to head out before it gets dark. We're gonna try to hit a couple more spots. So we were driving to Pemberton Meadows, and we saw this road, and we took it, and it's really pretty. It's like not a dirt road, but very smooth in the middle of the forest. And then we saw a sign that said, "You are in grizzly bear country. It's illegal to shoot them. They're endangered." But guys, we're not gonna see it, so don't even trip. I almost don't want to, you know? I like having this the suspense that I'm never gonna see one. Yes.
It's metal.
Again, just look at this. Of course, it's super quiet, dead, peaceful. My dad found somebody to talk to about fishing. So if you hear voices, it's him. I'm over here chilling with myself. Look at this. If the audio is messed up, guys, my microphone died. I don't want to go back to the car and get it. Another one. Oh my gosh, guys. You know, we talk a lot about being overstimulated by noises and stuff in the city and people. I feel like I'm overstimulated by beauty, that I'm having this overwhelming feeling that like I'm not taking it all in, but I am. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's just fucking beautiful. That lighting is insane right now. We're gonna walk around the beach, explore a little bit in this grizzly bear country. Guys, just look at this. Absolutely insane. Oh my God. Very graceful. You did good. Guys, I mean, look at this. Just look at this. Guys, it's just like, honestly, don't want to leave. I'm talking to the camera. It's funny because Michelle already knows. But yeah, guys, I think it's time for us to go. I still want to go back to the hotel, maybe get in the pool. And it's probably gonna, the sun is setting now, so we should definitely go. But it's this feeling that like, you don't want to go. Like it's this FOMO feeling almost
of just being here, not wanting to go again with that overwhelming feeling. But it's been an awesome day, and we still have all day tomorrow, and then we don't know what we're gonna do before we go to the airport on Monday. One of the things that me and my dad were talking about is how close this is to LA. I mean, you get on a 2.5 hour flight and then you drive here. You get a couple of friends, cut the cost of a rental car. It is accessible if you save up, but I'm also not blind to the fact that this is a privilege. I know I say that a lot, but I always want to be mindful of that. But it's crazy that this is a 2.5 hour flight and a 3 hour drive from LA. You know, the world is big and small at the same time. Always so graceful. Guys, don't be an asshole and come here and leave these things. Come on now. That was an awesome, honestly, that was the highlight so far. That was beautiful. I'm glad. Last night I was just like, we should go to this lake, because I was just looking on Google Maps, looking around and seeing what's around here that we could go and stuff. And we weren't even going to go. And they were like, let's turn left here and go to this lake. And man, that was worth it. But now we're gonna go to Whistler. Google Maps says that we're gonna be there at 7:40. We'll see if we can still take a dip in the pool and hang out for a little bit, and then figure out where we're gonna sleep and figure out where we're gonna go tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in Whistler. Hello and welcome, guys. I know I said I'll see you guys in Whistler yesterday, but truth is, we got in, we went to the hot tub, and honestly, we booked the hotel because we saw that there was the hot tub, right? I told you guys. We got there and there was like 30 kids in the pool, in the hot tub. The pool wasn't heated, so we were freezing. So that was not worth it. So we just got home. We like watched a little bit of TV. This morning, woke up, and then we had a quick breakfast, had a little pie and a little sausage roll. And now we're gonna drive the last part of the Sea to Sky Highway. We're gonna go from here to Lillooet, which will be about like a 3 hour drive. Of course, we're gonna stop as we go, and then the plan is to stay the night in Lillooet, even though we don't have a place. So we'll figure that out. And then after that, tomorrow we'll go back to Vancouver and go back to LA. So today's the last full day that we have. Didn't take long for me to tell you guys, just look at this, guys. Look at this. We just literally parked the car out there on the road because we saw the view was nice. Heard some rapids, and then look at this view. So we were driving, saw there was like a little parking lot with a bunch of cars. This waterfall, Nangern. Hey guys, look at this. Look at this. Also, it's like 10 degrees colder. My hand is freezing right now. Let's get back in the car. So we saw a little road and decided to take it, and it became a little too small and a little too dense with vegetation and stuff, but we're still just roaming around. I'm gonna say it again, look at this. Guys, honestly, it's like this, I said it yesterday too. It's like this overwhelming feeling of beauty. It's like overstimulation in quietness. Because I'm like, I need to remember this. I need to remember that. Take a mental picture. And it's overwhelming because it's so beautiful. All right, guys. So after the little break of just exploring little roads, stopping, it started to snow just a little bit, freezing my hands off. And now I think we're going to go back in the road and off to Lillooet. Oh, man. There's a camper van right here. I don't know if this is the equivalent of BLM in the US, where you can just camp anywhere, or if it's a provincial area where you have to get a permit to stay overnight. Man, if I had a camper van, this would be a spot that I'd stay the night.
Right on the top, right?
For sure. My dad wants to see a bear more than I do.
I want to see a bear for you more than I want to see for myself.
Like, I know I keep saying about it, but it is like my dream. It's one of my favorite animals, and I really want to see one in the wild. And it's funny how I've been to all the places where people go to see bears, and I've never seen one. It's like, I don't want to look for them. I want to go to their habitat. And when the time is right, the time's right. I don't think you guys can see it on the camera, but there's like just a little bit of flurries in the wind, which is awesome. Just a little bit of that snow that just hits and melts right away. Jesus Christ, everywhere I look, it's incredible.
It's clear here.
We drove maybe, what, a minute, and we are officially in the snow line. And now it's not just flurries, it's snowing. All right, guys, it's officially time to bring the gloves out because it is freezing. Guys, we're stopping every 2 minutes. Oh my God. A change of scenery in about 5 minutes. It's winter wonderland over here. Man, I did not bring the right shoes. Switching places now. Dad's gonna drive. I think we need to drive more than 5 minutes, Dad.
Before we stop again.
Before we stop again. And just like that, guys, we're out of the snow line. So look at this, like literally from 1 second to the other. We made it maybe 10 minutes since we stopped last time. But now there's no more snow on the ground. The sun is out. And look at this, guys. Just look at this. It looks fake. It looks like you're looking into a picture. Like, it takes a moment for your brain to, I think, register what you're seeing, and what you're seeing is real. And honestly, like, part of my thing of like feeling overwhelmed, I think it also comes with, I'm trying to get content and need it from this, need a picture of this. I'm gonna put my camera to film, and I'm gonna take a break, and now I have to film everything and take this in.
Just na 14 pa sila. It's 14 already.
Got a little duck prosciutto salmon situation. It's a bunch of leftovers from the last few days, and it's ice cold. So we're probably like 15 minutes away from Lillooet, which will hopefully stay today. Like I told you guys, we haven't booked anything, and as far as I know, there's only like 3 hotels and 1 janky Airbnb, so we'll see what happens. But it's interesting because, like, now that we're driving down the mountain and through valleys and canyons and stuff, we've seen, like, you know, lush pine tree forest exploding with colors with trees, and now you see how it's more like rocks, not a lot of trees, and heading down to the valley where Lillooet is. Still beautiful though. And look at the color of this lake. But yeah, let's get back in the car, down the valley, see if you're gonna find a place to stay, if you're gonna find food. It's also Thanksgiving here in Canada, so a lot of stuff is closed. Today's the day that we don't know anything. Welcome to Lillooet. So this is when I got lost back in the day. 10 years ago, that story that I told you guys, this is where we ended up, where we found service finally. And then we had to figure out that we were still about 4 hours away from Vancouver. This was at like midnight. So finally found out that I still had to drive 4 hours to get back to the hotel we were staying at. But anyway, this used to be a old school mining town, one of the major hubs during the gold rush in this area. We just got here. The plan was to stay here. That's one of the things I want to talk to you guys about. I do love this whole like adventure thing of saying, let's not, know where we're going to stay and we're just going to figure out the day of, and it's really cool. And I'm all for that. I am 100%. I'm not the kind of traveler that needs to have a schedule. I kind of dread having a schedule. I love doing what I want to do, figuring out as we go, right? The thing with the stay though, unless you're in a van or you're camping and you can't really stay in your car, I feel like when you don't know where you're going to stay, like right now, we parked here, we got it, we drove around town for like 30 seconds, and my dad was the one that really wanted to like just figure it out and book it today. And then you're gonna be on your phone for another hour figuring out like where should we stay. So I do love the idea of doing a trip like this where you don't know where you're gonna go, but I do think it makes for a better experience personally, getting to a place and then spending an hour finding where you're gonna go, or the day before, you know, online spending, instead of like watching a movie getting cozy, you're like on your phone looking for a place to stay. If that's cool with you, by all means. It's just for me, I'd rather kind of before I go to the trip know where I'm gonna sleep, and then that saves that time. I can do that before I go to the trip, and then during the day do whatever you want, right? But anyway, so now it worked out kind of. I'm just saying here my perspective of this, but now we're gonna sit here in this beautiful little table, look at this awesome view, smoke a cigar while we'll figure out if we stay here. Again, the hotels are a little janky, which I'm not picky at all. I'll sleep anywhere. If there's a toilet and a bed and a heater at this point because it's so cold, I'll go sleep anywhere. But we're also thinking, well, if it can be closer to Vancouver where we need to go tomorrow and stay at a better hotel, then might as well do that. I absolutely love driving, so I'm 100% fine doing that. That was a lot of rambling. I'm freezing. We're gonna smoke a cigar and then talk about what we're gonna do. So, do you want to look at
A place?
we don't need a place with a jacuzzi or anything,
No,
right?
we
I don't think we're gonna do that today. Oh, look.
What?
A deer running. What is it running from? Oh, there's another one right there. Look. We've been everywhere in Canada, not seeing one wildlife, and now there's deers literally playing with each other right in front of us. I'm freezing, shaking. We decided to go back to Whistler, so we're gonna start heading back now. I'll probably get a quick bite, and I guess we're gonna drive through the night. So maybe I'll show you guys Whistler when we get there. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow on the way back to Vancouver and the airport, all right? Hello and good morning, guys. Welcome to the last day. So last night we got in, told you guys that we might have shown you, might not, and a little coral right down the middle right here. And we did come to the hotel. Actually, this is probably the nicest hotel stayed. We should have stayed here the whole time, but it's like 5 minutes away from the village, so I thought it wasn't gonna be that nice, but the jacuzzi was the best. Not a lot of kids running around. So we just chilled at the jacuzzi for a couple of hours and then went to the village, had a bite to eat, just hung out and decompressed about the trip. And now woke up a little bit later than my dad probably would like me to wake up. And now we're gonna start heading back to Vancouver. We probably gotta be at the airport around 4 or 5, so it's not like we're rushing right now. It is 9:30 and it is absolutely beautiful here. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's snow in the mountains, and it's really cool because we got to experience pretty much every weather that you would want to. You know, we got here, it was raining, then we got sunny but cloudy, we got snow, and then now we have absolutely gorgeous cold. So it's like 32 right now, and absolutely like just sunny. And this is my favorite weather. It's gonna be a beautiful drive now. We're gonna get to do the see the sky down to Squamish without any clouds, without raining. It's gonna be a lot of look at this as we go to the airport. And by the way, this is the Evolution Hotel. It's like a timeshare situation. A lot of people live here. A lot of people have condos here. And they also, the hotel next door manages this place, it feels like. So you got to check in at the hotel next door, then walk over here. If you're in Whistler and you don't mind staying, and that's not somewhere that's in the village where you're going to have to drive to the village, this is the place for you. In Whistler? All packed, ready to go. So if you are doing the See the Sky Highway, definitely stop at a bunch of different places on the way, right? And Shannon Falls is one of the places that I've always stopped at. It's a super easy walk, 5-minute walk. And there are two ways you can take. There is one that's all paved, that would take you 5 minutes up. And there's one that's like gravel that would take you maybe 8 minutes. But it's really cool, especially for like when we came with Michelle's parents. This was really cool because it was very easy and they could still do it. If you come with older parents, you can definitely come and do this one. You know, it's a way to see a waterfall without major hiking involved. That sun is beaming right now. Hey guys, this is Shannon Falls. Parking can be a little tricky. Also, keep in mind that today is Thanksgiving here, so parking was a little wild. We had to almost fight for a parking lot. This lady was being super mean. Let's get out of here before people start yelling at us even more. So we stopped again at the Portel Cove that we did on the first day of the trip, if you guys remember, right? And it was raining, still beautiful, but a little rainy and very cold. Now it's cold, but it's just, again, not a cloud in the sky. Look at this van. This is the ultimate van life, and I think I found my goals. They did the Pan American tour, but look at this van. Actually, there's no like YouTube or anything like that that's tagged on the vans like a lot of these vans do, right? It's a Swiss license plate. So back in Vancouver and the most beautiful day, most beautiful weather, we're gonna do the loop around Stanley Park again. Everything is crazy busy, super packed, especially because it's, again, Thanksgiving, so everybody's out and about. It's cool because we get to see everything raining and now as it is when it's super sunny and beautiful out too. The trip is coming to an end. So my dad has a friend here who we were supposed to meet. I think we're still gonna meet her near the airport here in Vancouver. It's literally like next door to the airport. She told us to meet her at a outlet. Today is essentially the Black Friday of Canada because they had dinner last night, and Saturday and today is the day they chill and go shopping, and it is a shit show. But anyway, the trip has come to an end essentially. Now it's just about returning the car and getting on our flight. You know, we have a layover in Seattle and then head over to LA. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked watching. I hope we got to hang out a little bit with me and my dad. I want to do more of this. Maybe get my dad talking a little bit more too and more involved in the vlog, but I feel like this trip was an awesome time to be just with my dad, hang out. It was a pretty amazing trip. Got to see some of the most beautiful views I've ever seen in my life. This part of Canada is truly unbelievable, and not to sound like unrelatable or whatever it is, it's crazy how doable this is. You know, this could be a getaway from LA. Imagine you fly here, it's a 3-hour flight, then it's like a 3-hour drive, and you're in the middle of remote British Columbia in a place like Lillooet or like the other lakes that we went to, right? That's all it takes. It's not crazy expensive. Not judging, do whatever you want to do, but it is cheaper than going to Vegas. It really is. Rambling as I do, I'm gonna go meet my dad's friend, try to find parking, and I'll see you guys in LA.